June 28, 2025. A seemingly ordinary day, marked on calendars across Boise, Idaho. Little did the residents know, this date would soon be etched in their memories for a far more sinister reason. The digital clocks ticked, news headlines scrolled, all hinting at the calm before an unimaginable storm. As dusk settled, a routine call came in for the Boise Fire Department. Sirens wailed, cutting through the night as the engines roared to life. Firefighters, ever vigilant, geared up, their faces illuminated by the flashing lights of the station. What began as a standard emergency response quickly spiraled, turning into a nightmare. The scene transformed from a contained incident to a maelstrom of chaos and fear. As firefighters bravely battled a raging blaze, the orange glow reflecting in their determined eyes, an unexpected horror unfolded. They directed powerful streams of water, attempting to tame the inferno. Suddenly gunshots erupted, a sharp staccato sound that sliced through the night. The initial shots were at first mistaken for the crackling of the fire itself, a grim auditory illusion that quickly shattered. Confusion rippled through the ranks of the first responders. Panic sets in, a contagious wave sweeping over the scene as the reality of the situation became terrifyingly clear. A sniper, perched in a hidden vantage point, methodically targets the crew, turning rescuers into targets. The unthinkable happened. One firefighter was struck, wounded by the unseen assailant. The scene descended further into chaos, a maelstrom of flashing lights, desperate cries, and the ever-present crackle of the fire. Police and paramedics rushed to the scene, sirens screaming, their arrival injecting a renewed sense of urgency into the already frantic situation. The situation transformed from a fire response into a desperate rescue operation conducted under the constant threat of gunfire. Tactical teams moved in, shields raised, prioritizing the safety of both the injured and the remaining first responders. The fire, once the primary concern, became secondary, a backdrop to the unfolding drama. The focus shifted entirely to saving lives amidst an active shooter situation, a terrifying scenario demanding immediate and decisive action. The area is locked down, cordoned off with police tape, transforming the neighborhood into a scene of high alert. Residents are ordered to shelter in place, peering anxiously from their windows, the familiar streets now a landscape of fear and uncertainty. A massive law enforcement operation unfolds, a display of force intended to neutralize the threat and restore order to the besieged community. This calculated attack exposes a terrifying vulnerability, a stark reminder that even those dedicated to protecting us are not immune to danger. Firefighters, once seen solely as symbols of safety and security, now find themselves targets, their bravery tested in ways no one could have predicted. June 28th wasn't just an assault on individuals, it was a calculated strike against the very values of community and public service. It was an attack on the very fabric of Boise's community, a deliberate attempt to sow fear and discord among neighbors. The scars of that night run deep, a constant reminder of the fragility of safety and the ever-present threat of violence. The events of that night would spark urgent questions at every level of government about how to better protect those who dedicate their lives to protecting us, forcing a re-evaluation of safety protocols and emergency response strategies. With a shooter on the loose, fear gripped the city. Every shadow seemed to hold a threat, every sudden noise amplified the anxiety. The immediate priority was clear: apprehend the individual responsible and restore a sense of safety. Boise police launched an intense manhunt, mobilizing every available resource. Detectives pored over evidence, patrol officers saturated the streets, and communication lines buzzed with urgent updates. The goal was to cast a wide net and quickly close in on the suspect. SWAT teams sweep the neighborhood, methodically clearing houses and securing the perimeter. Residents were urged to stay indoors as heavily armed officers moved with precision, their focus unwavering. Armored vehicles provided cover and support, their presence a stark reminder of the danger at hand. These behemoths of steel moved slowly, deliberately, adding another layer of security to the operation. And drones, equipped with advanced cameras and thermal imaging, searched for the sniper's location from above, providing a crucial aerial perspective. The drones became the eyes in the sky, tirelessly scanning the landscape for any sign of the shooter. Within hours, the painstaking investigation began to yield results. Evidence pieced together from witness accounts and forensic analysis pointed to a single house overlooking the fire. After a tense standoff where every second felt like an eternity, police negotiators, using calm and measured tones, managed to secure the suspect's peaceful surrender. Their words cut through the tension, offering a path to de-escalation and a resolution without further bloodshed. The shooter, identified as a local resident with a documented history of mental illness, is taken into custody, bringing an end to the immediate threat. A thorough investigation followed, but no extremist ties were found. The attack appeared to be an isolated act of violence, a tragedy born from personal struggles rather than a broader ideological agenda. The community breathes a collective sigh of relief, the immediate danger having passed, but the trauma lingers, a deep wound that would require time, healing, and unwavering community support to overcome. The two wounded firefighters are rushed to the hospital, their colleagues' quick actions saving lives. Both undergo surgery and are now in stable condition, expected to recover. Their resilience and the crew's bravery inspire the city. The ordeal highlights the unpredictable dangers first responders face, not just from fire, but from deliberate violence. Physical wounds will heal, but the psychological impact will last far longer. Boise stands in gratitude for their sacrifice. News of the attack sends shockwaves through Boise, a city known for its close-knit community and peaceful atmosphere. The initial reaction is disbelief, as residents struggle to comprehend the senseless act of violence that has shattered their sense of security. The shock extends throughout Idaho, as people across the state grapple with the news and its implications. Conversations buzz with concern and questions, as communities try to make sense of the tragedy and offer support to those affected. Leaders at all levels of government swiftly condemn the violence, denouncing the attack as an assault on the values of freedom and safety that Idaho holds dear. They vow to bring the perpetrators to justice and to stand in solidarity with the victims and their families. Public officials pledge unwavering support for the injured and their families, promising to provide the resources and assistance needed to help them heal and rebuild their lives. They emphasize the importance of unity and compassion in the face of adversity. Vigils, spontaneous gatherings of grief and remembrance, begin to emerge throughout the city. Fundraisers are quickly organized to provide financial assistance to the affected families, and messages of solidarity pour in from across the nation, demonstrating the widespread support for Boise and its resilient community. The Boise Fire Department, deeply affected by the attack, is buoyed by an overwhelming outpouring of support from the community. Citizens express their gratitude to the brave firefighters, and fellow firefighters from other departments offer their support and condolences, reinforcing the bonds of camaraderie and shared sacrifice. The attack, meant to sow fear and division, instead unites the city in resilience and gratitude, forging a stronger sense of community and shared purpose. Boise's resolve is unbroken, the spirit of its people remains strong and unwavering. Its appreciation for first responders, the everyday heroes who risk their lives to protect the community, is stronger than ever. The community moves forward together, shoulder to shoulder, honoring its heroes, ensuring that their sacrifice will never be forgotten. In the aftermath, Boise rethinks how to protect its first responders. The fire department reviews protocols, considering ballistic vests and new safety measures. Cross-agency training for active shooter scenarios becomes a priority. Better intelligence sharing aims to warn crews of potential threats before arrival. The goal: empower firefighters to act swiftly, but safely. The community's role is vital: support, vigilance, and advocacy for those who run toward danger. Boise's tragedy sparks a movement to ensure its protectors are never left vulnerable again.